Welcome, everyone, and great to, I can't say see you all, but great to be with you all today. I hope everyone is enjoying the conference so far. I did want to take a moment to just welcome you all, and hopefully you saw some of the key points on the prior screen around ways to engage. Feel free to ask a question in the speaker chat, chat with each other in the chat function, and looking forward to having a great engagement and discussion via this format with you all today. Today, we are going to talk about the new workplace revolution, on-demand pay, and how technology is revolutionizing the way we all get paid. I'm going to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Seth Ross, General Manager of Dayforce Wallet and Consumer Services at Ceridian. I've been in the payments industry for quite a while and started my career in financial services, really creating embedded financial services products for consumers and companies in many different facets. I'm very excited to be doing this for Ceridian now. For those of you who maybe don't know that much about Ceridian, I can tell you that we are the always-on people platform for the global workforce. We are a modern human capital management platform with the mission and brand promise to make work life better. And we do that by streamlining key processes through the HR cycle, from payroll to benefits to talent acquisition to workforce management, all in a seamless and compliant platform that makes life better and drives efficiency and value for our clients. Our roots and technology are deep in payroll. So you might wonder, what's an HR company doing at a payments conference? Well, today we move over $350 billion in funds for payroll for our clients every year. And so if that's not fintech, I don't know what is. We move, being in a technology company that moves that kind of volume of payments. So that's a bit about us. And a little bit about our kind of where we've come and how far we've come. We're now a $1 billion revenue business, which we reported in 2021. And our Dayforce, our marquee Dayforce product, has 5,400 clients live. Our customer retention is exceptional. We grow over 100%. Our customers retain over 100% of the revenue year over year. And we have just a fantastic suite of products. Okay, that's the pitch on us. Let's talk a little bit about why we're here and the overall context that we're looking at. We're going to go through the macroeconomic cycle. We're going to talk about why it matters, and then the opportunity for on-demand pay. What's the innovation that we're driving, and then what's next? So firstly, we're going to take a step back and look at the cycle from a bird's eye view, and we really are at a unique inflection point in the overall cycle. I'm going to take a moment and ask everybody to imagine for a moment a time in the past when there was war in Europe, when there were severe labor shortages, when there was rising inflation that was causing concern for a lot of folks. And you'd be forgiven if you thought, well, gosh, that's all happening right now. Well, actually, that could have just as easily been in the 40s during World War II, where you had a competitive labor market, you had high inflation post-war, and particularly during the war as well. And so that was really a time when the world order was being reshaped. And we are in a similar time right now. If you take a look at what has inflation done by decade over time, you see we had this rising inflation in the 40s, quite stable in the 50s and 60s, and then rose again in the 1970s and 80s. And I'll pose this rhetorical question: is it a coincidence that this is when we saw some of the most innovative developments in employee benefits and payroll? I don't think so. And here's why. During these times, in the 1940s, for example, companies, particularly in the United States, started offering more benefits because in the rising inflationary environment, companies couldn't keep raising wages. They had to find other mechanisms for delivering value to their employees in a competitive labor market and to really win in the market. And so you can see, what did companies do? They implemented retirement plans and pensions, dental and vision, prescription drugs, other wellness services, childcare benefits, paid vacation days. All of these are innovations that have come up in times when companies were under pressure because of wage inflation. So how does that impact us today? Well, today, the way people make money for the vast majority of people is their paycheck. That's how they earn their revenue. And if you can accelerate that revenue, that is a really tremendous benefit to individuals. We know that Canadians and people broadly need help. 1 in 3 Canadians live paycheck to paycheck. We've done surveys that showed over 50% would not be able to cover an unexpected expense of $1,000. People are losing sleep over their financial situation. People are using payday loans that can result in really negative debt traps. And we've seen that over $20 billion in the Canadian economy is lost due to financial stress each year. Well, what can we do? What can we do about this? Well, here's a quote from McKinsey that is just saying that employers are competing and they need to offer the most compelling set of benefits to their employees and workers in general to attract and retain the best talent. We've all heard the common phrase that it's a war for talent out there, and that's true. And the companies that win are those companies that are delivering the most meaningful benefits and putting their employees in the driver's seat. People are demanding more from their employers to keep them engaged and to keep them happy and working there. So what's the opportunity? The OECD did an interesting study that said that among those developed economies, there is over $1 trillion locked away in employer payrolls right now that individuals have actually earned. They've worked, they've earned this money, and that is sitting on the balance sheets of employers, not with the employees who've earned it. That is a huge, huge opportunity. Think about what kind of economic activity, what kind of liquidity could be released into the market if you gave people control and access to the earnings that they've already earned. Why are individuals essentially giving interest-free loans to their employers to the tune of $1 trillion globally? And it's all because of the 2 to 4 week pay cycle, which is really an artifact of just the technology of the times that were when they were implemented. This is, here's that view, that $1 trillion of accrued wages that these workers have earned. So we have a different approach. Why, if you think about it, payroll is probably one of the last things in our lives that we actually wait 2 weeks for in some cases. Now you can tap a button and you can get, watch any show you want instantly. You can get groceries delivered in an hour. Why am I going to wait 2 weeks for what I have already earned? Now we can do that with paychecks. And so on-demand pay is this new innovation that allows us to deliver tremendous value to employees. This is a financial wellness offering. It really enables workers to access their earnings when they need it, whenever they need it, alleviating financial stress. On-demand pay goes by many names. People call it early wage access, daily wage pay benefit, instant pay, but essentially what is it fundamentally? It allows people to access the money they've earned prior to their scheduled payday. It's not a loan. It's not an advance. These are earned wages that people have already earned. And this is the way Ceridian does it. We have a product called Dayforce Wallet. Fundamentally, it is two things: an app that allows people to see their earnings at any given day, at any moment, and a debit card that allows them to access their earnings and use it whenever they need it. We're bringing this level of innovation to everything that we do. So Ceridian, as an integrated provider, this is in our DNA to drive new products and solutions for our clients. With over 5 million people on the Dayforce product globally who get paid and access the Dayforce solution. So what we do is we're able to continuously calculate how much an individual has worked, what their deductions are, how much they've earned. We expose that to the individual, and they can access that at the touch of a button whenever they need it. And we do that as a compliant payroll. That's a really unique thing. Other companies out there are estimating how much a worker has earned and delivering that to their bank accounts. What we're able to do, because we're an integrated solution, we are able to understand exactly how much someone has worked, what their applicable deductions are, and push a fully compliant payroll right to that user. And our clients have seen incredible results. We've seen a 21% reduction in 90-day attrition. We've seen a 15% reduction in time to fill. And if you think about that, in this particular time when the labor market has been so tight, having the ability to fill roles faster and more effectively is an incredible opportunity. And driving lower attrition means you're holding on to those employees longer, and you're not spending the, on average, $4,000 to hire a new employee. But don't just take my word for it. I'd love to share with you an example from a client of ours called the Bud Group. The Bud Group is a facility services company based in the United States that was looking for new ways to augment recruiting and employee retention. And I'd love to share this video with you so you can hear a little bit in their words.
Recruiting has always been a challenge when we're looking for custodial workers or landscape workers. So we include Dayforce Wallet in our advertising because it gives us an edge.
Oops.
Allowing our employees access to their earnings on demand is a great benefit.
The Bud Group is a facilities maintenance company based in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Our primary focuses are janitorial, landscaping, maintenance, and specialty service.
And with the onset of COVID, we added disinfection services. We employ about 5,000 people, and that's about 50% full-time, 50% part-time. In Dayforce, we use recruiting and onboarding, payroll, time and attendance, scheduling, and most recently, we added Dayforce Wallet.
Since implementing Dayforce Wallet just 10 months ago, we have over 2,000 employees, nearly half of our employee database using this tool. We've already had upwards of $3 million of on-demand pay requests.
60,000 transactions, participants withdrawing every other day. That shows me that there is a need for daily pay for our employees.
We're finding that our employees are using Dayforce Wallet not only for emergency uses, but just everyday living.
The reality is people work to get paid. And with Dayforce Wallet, they're able to get paid immediately.
The most meaningful story was one of our valued employees who actually used Dayforce Wallet simply to put food on the table, to take care of their children. And when you get a call like that, thanking you, that's when you know you have provided a great benefit to your employees. Being able to put an employee's wages in their hands when they need it, as they need it, is the future of payroll.
Nancy there said it better than I could. It really has been a game-changing solution for the Bud Group. So what's next? Where are we going? In this environment, we think that this is increasingly likely that the companies that are winning in this economy are investing in their employees' financial well-being. And soon, employers, you won't get to be on a best places to work list if you're not providing meaningful choice and flexibility for your employees and how they get paid. In our society, the employers are an important source of how individuals make their livelihood, and they will be a center of gravity for people's financial well-being going forward. Just a little bit about the innovation in payroll and our innovation at Ceridian. You can think about payroll over time has not been that innovative a solution. It started out with paper checks, and for the longest time, direct deposit was the most innovative thing to come out of the payroll space. Then Ceridian came, and with Dayforce, we had continuous calculation that allowed us to constantly understand exactly how much an individual has worked and to calculate their earnings in real time. That was our core innovation. We then turned that into on-demand pay and now Dayforce Wallet. And in the future, we are looking at new innovations like streaming pay, having your pay automatically flow right into your bank account as you work. And then beyond that, going to a fully autonomous payroll process, freeing up company resources from the time-consuming effort of manual reconciliation and manual payroll processes. So with that, I'll close with saying that the emergence of on-demand pay is about shifting that $1 trillion opportunity into the hands of individuals, really empowering people to take control of their financial lives and to achieve their financial goals. And the evolution of pay isn't coming, it's here. And we're doing this in Canada, we're doing this in the United States and beyond. On-demand pay is the new way to pay. And companies that aren't considering this will be left behind. So we are very excited to share this with you all. And now I will open up for any questions. Now this is where I would maybe ask the producer to show if there's any chat, because I'm not seeing it on my screen. Here we go. Okay. Doesn't look like we have any questions yet. Oh, here we go. Robert, is Dayforce Wallet available to be used in conjunction with non-Ceridian payroll providers? Unfortunately, not yet. You do need to be on a Ceridian payroll in order to use Dayforce Wallet. Any other questions? Uptake has been very, very strong. We report out results quarterly as a public company, which are coming in the next week or so. And so you'll hear more if you listen to our earnings call. On our last earnings call, we reported that we had over 400 companies live, and over 900 companies have signed up. And we're seeing really excellent results, as we mentioned. Question here, finding the sales process is more asking from companies or pushing. Okay, so this is a question of what are we seeing in the market? Is it a push or pull? Here's what I'll say. What's really interesting, we launched the product in May of 2020, and primarily in the US to start, and then we launched in Canada in June of last year. And early on, especially during the pandemic, there was very much a there was very much an altruistic element of, hey, times are tough. It's a pandemic. We want to do something good for our employees, good for our people. We want to do this. And there's still some fear around it. And we're like, okay, how does this work? Is this really as seamless as you say? What's so interesting is that over the last 18 months, the conversation has completely shifted. And it's much more now, hey, we need to do this. We are struggling to attract employees. We need to offer a new benefit in our toolkit. And how do we turn this on? How do we offer a service like this to our employees? So I would say in the last 18 months, that conversation has really, really shifted with the more education and more understanding in the market. Questions around white labeling our solution to other banks and fintechs. Open to conversations. Please feel free to reach out, seth.ross@ceridian.com. And if there's any other further specific questions, happy to address them. What I'll do now is I will just say again, seth.ross@ceridian.com. Please feel free to reach out. And thank you all for spending a bit of your time with me today. And please enjoy the rest of the Payments Canada virtual conference. Looking forward to doing these in person again one day soon. Thanks, everyone.